But there was an extremely angry man back there that was like getting up in my face with some other dude in a truck. And he was getting violent. Like he was like borderline, like ready to assault, right? I'm pretty sure like I pulled off to the side of the road like this, just like into the end of his driveway, and I was just going like that, just like this. You know, like I wasn't trespassing. Like, that's not trespassing, like just turning around like that on a bicycle. Like, all right, so we are gonna go this way today. I tend to go on the same bike rides a lot that kind of have the most interesting things to see. And then I do those bike rides kind of like more frequently. So this is somewhere that I go less frequently, but there are still some cool things to see nonetheless. And some of the trees are, like the leaves are changing colors, so it might be cool to go this way today. I use the time warp feature of the GoPro to kind of expedite the boring parts. Right now we are currently next to a big field and a farm building. This is kind of a weird story, but when I was a kid, I played this game on Super Nintendo called Earthbound. And it came with like this scratch and sniff thing in the packaging. And it had some scent on it. And one of the scents, like I always smell it back there. It must be in a garden. Must be some kind of herb or some like plant or something that has a certain smell to it. And whenever I go right there, it always reminds me of that video game and that scratch and sniff thing. It's weird. It's kind of like a rare smell. You don't smell it much. time riding on county roads like this, you really got to keep an eye out behind you. And if there's cars coming, I just get off the road. Pull into a driveway or something. Okay guys, so here's Big Blake Lake, the west side. Ooh. The west side of Big Blake Lake. It's a good spot. So it took about almost 5 miles to get here. That's good to know. What? Let's see, 3 amp hours, 2.7. Some cool old vehicles in that yard. Huh. Trees are changing color. There's a creature in the woods back there. Looks like they redid the siding on that one. I don't remember that. And the roof looks new. That's cool. Look at that one. There's a big old bear right there. It's an eagle. I like it. town of Georgetown. Huh. Let's see what's up here. I might cut it out. There's some colorful trees back here. But that's about it. guys, we are still at Big Blake Lake and Little Blake Lake. Hopefully this SD card hangs in there. Oh. Oh man. Talking about. So I didn't quite catch that because my GoPro was in time warp mode back there, but I got to the end of the road back there, and there was this guy there. A truck came down the road, and then there was this guy on a four-wheeler, and they were like extremely angry at me. And like the guy pulled this, I have the time warp footage of it, and I mean I can put it on the screen, but there was an extremely angry man back there that was like getting up in my face with some other dude in a truck. and he was getting violent. Like, he was like borderline, like ready to assault, right? Like, he was getting close. It was getting uncomfortable. And I was just like, dude, I'm on a bike ride. I don't even know where you're from, or like where you saw me, or I don't even know. The last time I stopped to get off my bike was to change the GoPro battery, so I'm assuming it was the guy in that driveway behind me back there when I was like trying to stop to change my GoPro battery. But I mean, I don't know. I don't understand where I went into somebody's property. But he was very angry, saying that I was trespassing. But I mean, I pulled off the side of the road into a driveway back there to like get out of the way for him driving behind me. And I was just trying to pull off to the side somewhere to change my GoPro battery. And I was standing there for a while. To change my GoPro battery, where if he wanted to drive his truck over and talk to me, he could have. I was just standing there, kind of taking a break for a minute. That was crazy. He was extremely mad. I'm assuming he's from down there. He must have been. But yeah, that guy just about attacked me. Like, that was crazy. I guess I need to bring a weapon on e-bike rides? Like, that was fucking insane. No, I mean, that guy was like belligerent. Like, there was no talking sense with that guy at all. He was absolutely belligerent, and he thought that I was like riding my e-bike around looking for trouble or something. It's like, man, people are just insane. Like, he's like, we've had a bad week, hell of a week. And it's like, dude, I'm just on an e-bike ride. The sun is going down. Like, I don't know. Do people think I'm going to steal something? Like, where am I going to put it? I don't even have a backpack on. It must have been that guy I know exactly who that was and who got mad. But, man, that was insane. He was, like, borderline gonna assault me. No, he was just like, that guy, like, I mean, I don't know what I got on camera there, but he started, like, reaching at me and, like, getting up in my face, and it was crazy. What am I gonna, I don't know what he thought I asked him, I was like, what do you think I'm doing? Like, I'm riding my e-bike around, I have a GoPro on, and I'm filming an e-bike ride. And here you are, like, chasing me in a truck with a four-wheeler, and you're saying that I was on your property. Like, that was the guy. I'll put it on the screen, where I think it was a black truck, and it was coming behind me, when I was going up that street, up to I think it's the east side of Big Blake Lake. And I turned around, and then the truck was behind me. So I kind of like turned around and I stopped right there. And the truck was coming behind me, but then they put their blinker on like they were turning into that driveway. So then I kind of waited till they passed. I moved out of the way and I went down the street just a little bit, and then I changed my GoPro and took a drink. Right? Like, I have it on film. And then this guy, and then like I wasn't like racing away or like going faster it was a dead end. Like, if I was trying to get away from somebody, why would I be going down a dead end? And this guy like chased me down on a four-wheeler with his friend in a truck, and they like made me get off. He stopped the four-wheeler like right in front of my bike, and he was like screaming and yelling and getting all crazy and getting in my face, and he was convinced that like I'm up to something. It's just like, holy dude, like I'm not. I mean, some people are just absolutely insane. It is crazy. There was a situation, like, that got the blood flowing. They thought I was like trying to get away from them or something, and I was like, I didn't even know that you were behind me or like coming after me. Like, I wasn't going fast. I was going down a dead end. Like, where do you think I'm going? Like, what do you think my end game is here, dude? I'm on an e-bike, and I barely have enough storage on my bike to carry like my GoPro batteries and the stuff that I need to film my bike ride. Like, why are you assaulting me? I'm not, like, what do you think I'm doing? Oh. I was like trying to convince a madman, like, hey dude, I'm from like a mile away, like on so-and-so lake. I'm on an e-bike ride. Like, I'm not out here looking for trouble, dude. I don't know. It's like some people just really like shouting and like being all like crazy and obnoxious and violent. I don't know what the deal is. Like, I don't understand why anyone would be compelled to behave like that. He was just not listening to reason. I was being completely calm and like he was just being ridiculous. Man, that was crazy. It's like you're just going on a bike ride to blow some steam, and then some guy is like shitting his pants. Yeah, that was nuts. I might actually go get my sweatpants first and then continue on a little bit. It's starting to cool down. Oh man, I still can't get over that. That was crazy. I might have to edit this video a little bit. I don't know how the vibes are feeling. That was something else. That was something else. I haven't had that happen for a while. How how many amp hours have we used? 10.2. So probably got about 5 or 6 amp hours left. I can go like maybe like 10 to 12 miles. Man, that was something else. Holy buckets. Like, it's like I gotta go for another bike ride just to decompress from that bike ride that I was just on. That was kind of like an adrenaline-filled situation there. Like he was like ready to attack me, but his friend was making more sense than he was. And I was just like, all right, guys, I apologize. I'm not out here looking for trouble, right? Like, I'm not, like, I pulled off to the side of the road, right? Like, just so happened to be his driveway. And my understanding is, like, you know, like the 4 or 5 feet, even if you own property, like the ditch isn't your property, right? And like, so if I was on his property, it was only like on the very end of his driveway, and I was just pulling my bike off of the road to get out of the way for him, the driver of a truck who was coming towards me on the road. So it was like I was getting off of the road to be safe and to let him go past. And then I was sitting there for a minute to change the GoPro battery, and I wasn't like trying to race away or like escape or like I was like fleeing the scene or anything. And then like 10 minutes later, I kept going down that dead end, and then I don't know what it was, like 5 minutes later or something, like way down towards the end of the dead end, they caught up to me on like with the guy was on a 4-wheeler, and then his friend was in the truck, and it was like, you really need to get on the 4-wheeler and like come down the road, like some kind of crazy. That was wild. That was nuts. I've only been like assaulted or like borderline assaulted on the e-bike a couple times. I think that was probably like the second or third time. One time back when I first put the mid-drive on my bike, there was some guy that saw that it was a mongoose, and it was like, I had just built my e-bike and I'm riding it like down to the beach to enjoy a bike ride on a beautiful day, and then you get down to the beach and there's some fucking like drunk guy down there looking for trouble, and he's got a stick, you know, up his ass about the brand of your bike, and like some people are just something else, and it's like there's no reasoning with them, or like, and they're like dangerous and crazy, like angry, violent. Man, that was nuts. Wow. I haven't had one of those like adrenaline fueled situations for a while. That was something else. I'm still like feeling it. I don't entirely enjoy the feeling. Man, I'm actually thankful that that guy, the crazy guy's friend, was there with him, or whoever that other guy was, because he was he was the only guy making sense, and the crazy guy, he was not making sense. and he was not listening to reason. Right? Like, holy shit. I mean, I guess for my e-bike rides, I need to bring my drink, my phone, my tools, and some kind of like weapons to ward off crazy maniac lunatics. Holy buckets, that was nuts. Like, I can't get over that. That was wild. Let's go look at Half Moon Lake and calm down a bit. I think the sun is getting a little bit low for much more bike riding. Yeah, man, that was crazy back there. I don't know. I'm still just trying to cool down after that. The guy, he was convinced that I was like out, like riding my e-bike around, like doing something nefarious. But it's like what could I be doing? Like, I don't have anywhere to like steal anything and like put it on my bike and take off. Like, I barely have enough room to hold all of my damn GoPro batteries because the GoPro can't record a damn video, you know? Like, I'm not out trying to do anything evil or nefarious. I'm not up to anything out here, right? Like, I don't know. And I that's what I was asking him. I was like, dude, what do you think? Like, I don't even know like where it was that you're thinking that I was trespassing. Like, I think it was just right down the road. And like, this man, it was just like he was not listening to reason. I was like, dude, what do you think I'm doing? Like, I'm riding around. I was riding around in gym shorts. Like, going for a bike ride towards the end of the day, and I didn't like have anything on me. I have my phone and a water. So guys, I believe that you should have the right to self-defense and to be able to defend yourself. And it's too bad that I didn't get that whole thing on like normal GoPro footage, because like that was sketchy. And it was like there was no, like, talking was not having any results with him, right? Like he was getting, like, he was very angry and like getting up in my face and like violent, and it was like, you know, it was pretty sketchy. Like I mean, it was just like, I don't understand. That was insane. I don't even understand what happened. And he was just not listening to reason. I mean, I don't know. What do you do when there's like crazy violent people that are just like right down the road from you? Like that guy. Like, what if that guy was your neighbor? Like if I went on their property, it was like the bottom like 3 or 4 feet of his driveway, like the ditch, you know. It's not even like, it's like belongs to the government. That was nuts. See, like right here, I'm gonna pull off of this county road because there is a car coming back there, right? So yes, I'm on this piece of land right here on the side of the road, but I'm just off to the side of the road to get out of the way for this car that's coming by at a high rate of speed, much faster than my e-bike can go. So we're gonna let them go by. And then, okay, I'm just gonna leave this land. I didn't even get off my bike, right? Like, is that trespassing? Personally, like, I don't feel like that's trespassing or like worth assaulting somebody over, but I don't know. I guess some people are absolutely crazy about it. It was nuts. I was telling the guy, I was like, dude, I'm on a bike ride. I'm from over on this lake. It's like a couple miles away. Look at these birds. And I was trying to convince this guy that I was like from just a couple miles away and I was on a bike ride and I wasn't doing anything wrong or like, but I don't know. Alright, well, that was kind of a crazy end to that bike ride. Just about got assaulted. And it's getting dark. I'm sure the GoPro looks terrible. I guess I'm gonna go back and edit that footage and then try and understand where that crazy guy was from and where he thought I was trespassing. I'm pretty sure, like, I pulled off to the side of the road like this, just like into the end of his driveway, and I was just going like that, just like this. You know, like I wasn't trespassing. Like, that's not trespassing, like just turning around like that on a bicycle. Like, that was crazy. All right, guys, well, it was a good ride. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.